Okay, good evening, sports fans. Welcome to GTSA Season 1 2024, Race 11. The double header at the Red Bull Ring. Hope you're all well. Hope your races went better than mine. We'll be with you in a second. I'm just going to quickly share social media. Hello Rav, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. Let that sound get out of the big hole there quickly. Come in, Ravanti. I see we have 5 people watching so far already. Share with your friends, share the link, let us know how your race went. I did see Rav join my chat, but maybe he's having a sip of coffee or something first. Rav, you there?
I was.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot
I
of
was actually just finishing my last coffee.
feedback on your side. I can hear myself.
Oh, shut up. Yes.
So Ghost Killer currently on pole.
Better?
Newcomer Cavar Steve second. Hollywood third. RBS fourth. There's a few guys that have pulled off. We'll have to see what the full result is shortly. I'm still getting a very delayed replay of myself.
Remember the replay that will be delayed on YouTube, but your commentary will come out on par with for everyone else.
No.
So just take it.
No, I get that, but I'm hearing myself delayed. I don't know if your TV's on or.
Oh.
I can hear myself through your mic. Looks like they're about to start now. So how much of a disaster was that race? Not for you, for me. Both races.
Well, for me as well.
First race, well, we'll chat about it just now. Let's watch these guys. We've got Levi on pole, Richard, Ghost Killer, Steve, Hollywood, RBS, S&P and Stignator, your top 8. Looks like Ghost Killer went a little bit early there and got a bit of a jump start penalty because he went and then stopped. We actually have a Toyota racing. Is it a Toyota or is it a Nissan that looks like a Toyota? We'll see shortly. So Levi takes the lead. Turn 2 is where all the chaos was happening.
You didn't live hopefully a 1.2 second gap. They went flying through that.
Richard's been on a mission lately. I think him and Levi have won the last 5 races.
Oh, and naturally it's Fluffy Butt to get taken out on turn 2. Well, she'll turn 3.
Yeah, they should call it 2. That little kink is in the corner. I see Stignator was 8 on the grids all the way down in 10th now. Yeah, still 11th. Seems.
Yeah, Ghost Killer also with a 0.5 second penalty there, probably from that first corner also. I know he went wide, was forced wide also, due to that false start. So yeah, already on the back foot for Ghost Killer. Cav, our guy is doing very well, staying up in front. Richard keeping Levitius company there in first place. And yeah, it's a very decent train of Nissan Sylvias going on there.
Definitely us we got our newcomer up in third place, new for the season, another Steve, so can call him Fast Steve. I'll be Slow Steve. Hollywood also Cavar driver in fourth. S&P from sixth place, who's seventh? RBS seventh, Ghost Killer eighth, Manny ninth, having a bit of a battle with GTRSA, Steel, Stignator 9 11th, JP Laser 12th, and Fluffy Butt after that incident 13th, but I see he is catching slowly up to the back of the pack. We'll see what's happening in the front.
Yeah, I think Fluffy Butt will make some decent ground because the guys, especially at the back, they're going to be fighting a lot for those positions. Unless the race unravels and there's like maybe a 2-second gap between each driver, then it's tough for Fluffy Butt to come back.
Yeah. No, that happened in our race. I think you took a Hyundai for some reason, and I noticed from lap 4-5 you started dropping back a bit.
Yeah, no, I was caught in a fight with the two other drivers.
Yeah.
And I got the short end of the stick.
You pulled about 4 seconds slow on lap 5 when the guys behind you, we caught you, and I think I almost clipped the back of you once. Your car was sideways in front of me, and there's like six cars into one corner abreast. But
yeah, that was the moment. That was the moment. So I think it was Chris and Gilara that were fighting, and I got caught at the back end of it, sent to the grass. Fortunately, no damage. That would have been terrible.
We got Richard and Levi breaking away still at the front. Richard's hanging right in there. Turned out quite hard to overtake because everyone's picked the same car, which wasn't the intention. Steve 2.5 seconds behind. He's got 6/10 on Hollywood. Half a second to S&P, 1/10 to RBS. RBS might make a move here, so we'll actually stay on board and see what happens. Does he? S&P blocks the inside. RBS looking on the outside line. Does he manage old switcheroo? No. Goes a little bit wide. Hopefully he doesn't get a penalty for that.
Oh, he's in the clear.
Yeah.
Good battle between S&P and RBS here.
Side by side. How's it, Kalen, in the chat there?
Kalen, welcome in, brother. And David Smith, Mark R. Good evening to you guys. Hope you're enjoying what is become of the race so far. RBS still side by side, going through the winners. RBS does get the lead.
We just saw Stignator get a 2-second penalty further back. RBS S&P is still going to be battling here through this next couple turns.
Yeah, track limits are wild on this race. Gee I got caught out. I think most of us got caught out in this race.
Well, the problem is, like, when in our pool 2, I managed to lose 5 places off the grid because I bumped the car in front, I actually don't know if I bumped him or he turned across me, but to keep him straight, I backed out and got swamped. And then when you're at the back or behind a train of cars, you have to push to try and catch up that ground, and if you push you get a half-second penalty, which makes you push harder, and then you get another one. So what you're saying is it basically keeps compounding.
And it's very, very tiny little pixels that they slap you with a penalty.
Exactly. So just going through the pack here. It's spread out to a bit of a train at the moment. JP Laser's got a 1-second penalty. Stignator's going to catch up with him. Fluffy Butt's got that gap. It was 7.5. It's down to 5 now to Alan. He needs to make a few places here before the second race.
Yeah.
Levi's managed to
Shock Eva, OJ, welcome to the chat. Sorry to cut you there, Steve. But I see Richard's now falling behind Liberty there. Also just saying hi to the chat.
Welcome, guys. Good to have you. I was just going to say that Levi's managed to pull open up an extra second on Richard, so it's a 1.5-second gap. Steve's still hanging in there. He's actually pulled away a little bit from Hollywood, broken the slipstream. 36.1 last time around for him. 35.0 for Levi last time. That's why he's opened that gap. 7/10 quicker than Richard last time around. Let's go see how that. RBS is only 3/10 ahead of S&P, so they're still battling, but S&P gets a half-second penalty. RBS gets a half-second penalty, sorry. So that should reignite that little fight. Did all the hard work to
and
get
it's
through.
going to bring Ghost Killer into it as well. Because
It's-
SMP is still trying to fight it. Ghost Killer is there.
Yeah.
Just also side by side for that corner. No contact, fortunately. Very close driving fight by the two of them. I am also in the lobby, if you weren't aware. So I'm up to date with everything, just like you. But yeah, Ghost Killer is going to see if he can maybe take something from... he's definitely going to get RBS. But he wants to try and maybe force an error from SMP as well. Because now he's trying to turn what was an attack from SMP to fence now.
Yeah. Well, SMP was a little bit of a hurry there. He took a big lunge up the inside of RBS, and it actually cost him time and dropped him back to Ghost Killer. I would have just stuck right on RBS's bumper, and he would have just driven past him with the penalty. But now he's still got a chance to go past. We'll see, should make it through. But now he's got Ghost Killer right with him, so they're going to go 3 abreast into...
Oh my word, 3 wide!
So RBS manages to stay ahead of Ghost Killer, but S&P does make it through.
Yeah, you never want to be on the outside of a 3-way battle into that
and that's
corner
just
before it puts.
Brought Superman onto the back of them as well. With GTSA and still not far behind here. RBS takes a big lunge at S&P there again. S&P goes wide, that lets Ghost Killer through. So that's exactly what was happening when you were battling with the guys. One move and you can lose 3-4 places. It slows the whole pack down. We're going to have a nice 6-way battle.
Yeah, and it brought Superman in as well.
Yeah, 6-way battle for 5th place coming up. Not just Manny, GTSA and that, who was that dive, making a big dive there? Steel. He got up the inside but loses it on drive down the back. So how far behind? Stignator's 4 seconds behind, then JP Laser and Fluffy Butt's got within 3 now. We'll go back to the front. The gap.
Fluffy Butt is also making some in 4 seconds behind Sam JP Laser and Stignator there at the back.
Richard's hanging on to Levi. Steve's dropped back to 4.7 behind. He's got a little bit more tyre wear than Hollywood, who's closed within 6/10 now. It was 1.2. GTR, RBS and Ghost Killer are now battling. Ghost Killer looking for the switcheroo. Doesn't quite get...
Oh, he tried it. That's a very... It's to go for a switcheroo, honestly. It was a very nice setup and it would have worked well if RBS just had to another half a meter wide.
Yeah. Well, now look behind those two. Got a little gap, but Manny, GTRSA, still and S&P are now battling. S&P dropping to the back of the pack there when he got shoved a little bit wide earlier. Not a nasty shove, just when you race and you battle, sometimes it's better to not fight as hard because it costs you more time. I'm sure we'll see him coming back through the pack. Let's see if Yastil makes a move here, looking on the outside of GTRSA. He holds it and looks like he's got that position. Great move by Yastil. Yeah, the 9BR guys all repping Mayfair Gearbox. So shout out to our sponsors, Mayfair. We also have Trackart, TGN Racing Simulators, Rhino Utilities, Right Recruitment, and Ford and Cherry Parabora. Who else? I think that was it. So yeah, shout out to the sponsors.
Ford and Cherry from Parabora?
Yeah.
I don't know if they were mentioned. I completely missed.
I did just
I was
quietly.
just zoning in.
Yeah, while we're on
Okay.
it, don't forget we were raising funds for Choc this month. All the info's on the Discord. If you need info, shout. But let's couple days left in the month. If you did get paid and you feel like throwing a few rondellas that way, just do EFT details on the website and put GTSA as the reference. Yeah, pool 2 is crazy, Donnie. I don't know what happened on turn 2 on lap 1. It was
Pool 2 was crazy.
like a disco going into pool 2. I'm looking forward to seeing the wet for these guys, but I apologize to Chris. I bumped him in turn 1, but at turn 2, 3, whatever you want to call it, this turn they're approaching now. But there was just cars everywhere on my screen. There's like 6 cars in the dirt, then they jumped backwards, and I braked. I don't know what you guys were seeing.
Yeah, no, it happens. It happens. There was a
pretty much
major gaggle of vehicles there.
As we said, then you lose some. I had to let Chris back because even though it was lag, but I still hit him, so I let him past. And then driving on the dirt, I spun on the next corner or down into the sand, not spun. So by the time I reached turn 5, I was 25 seconds behind. This didn't go too well.
Oh, that's a terrible start.
And then I pitted for
some. So what happened with that?
Slicks to get the fastest lap, and then it rained when I was two seconds up.
Oh no. Yeah, no. But what happened with that? I think it was a 4-man, not really a pile-up, but 4-man situation, where I think Steve, not Steve. One of the guys got a bit. I think pushed Gilara a bit wide, and Gilara then tapped Chris. Chris went on the outside. I think kicked the curb, the sausage curb, on the first corner, and sent him like vying towards Gilara, who that sent me onto the grass. So innocent party, but I was really licked up in a whole lot of issues there.
Turn 3 it was chaos. We're going to have some good fun now in the second race. So we've only got 2 laps to go. The order's fairly settled. I'm just following this RBS and Ghost Killer battle at the moment because I think that's the closest on track. They've been together for a few laps. Manny's in 7th.
Same with GTRSA, SMP and Steel.
Yeah, that's where we're streaming now. SMP with GTRSA side by side. Yeah, Steele's just behind, but he's got a half-second penalty, so that's not going to help. Does SMP manage to keep the pace around the outside there? Looks like he might have it because the next corner.
Yeah, Steele. Yeah, I was gonna say Steele and Manny are kind of loving the fight between GTRSA and SMP because Steele is gonna serve his penalty in the next 2 corners. It's gonna let him fall behind, but if GTRSA and SMP still fight, he could really be back in the race by the final lap. Definitely. And maybe something could come of it. All the while Manny is just getting extra time, gaining some more time as they battle.
Definitely. That also gives the guys ahead, Ghost Killer and GTRSA, some gaps. Bigger gap, less pressure, so SMP holds off GTRSA. Steele's dropped back. Let's go through the order. We have Levi who's picked up a half-second penalty, but Richard as well. Richard putting a bit of pressure.
They're both of them.
Yeah, it's a pity Richard got one because the gap's down to 1.5 now. Levi's tyres are looking quite second-hand. I don't think there's enough time to do anything about it. There's only a lap left after this. They're 8 seconds ahead of Cav Steve, who's 1.5 seconds ahead of Hollywood. Their front tyres are looking pretty second-hand as well. RBS and Ghost Killer still battling. Manny's in a little bit of no man's land. We have SMP, GTRSA and Steel still all close together. Then Stignator's still ahead of JP Laser. They've closed in on the guys ahead with all the battling. And Fluffy Butts had another incident at some point. Lap 8, I see he lost 3 seconds because he's back to 7 seconds off.
He also had a penalty in that very lap.
Levi serves his penalty. Richard serves his. They're going to start the final lap shortly. The gap's back up to 1.9.
I see RBS and Ghost Killer slowly catching Hollywood there. Hollywood and Steve. But yeah, the race just isn't long enough. Hollywood just goes slightly wide going into the second last to last corner. But doesn't get a penalty, fortunately. Lost some time, but if he just keeps brings it home for this lap, he'll take his 4th place.
If you Ghost Killer, are you making a big dive bomb? He's looking for turn 1, but I'll do it in turn 3.
Oh, and Manny in trouble. He's got a 0.5 second penalty, I think, at the very last corner there. So yeah, now he's gonna probably lose 1, 2, possibly 2 positions now to SMP and GTRSA.
Yeah.
Unless he
Comes
can
Ghost
maybe
Killer
pick
around
up
the
a little
outside.
bit of ground.
RBS defends. Who's got the better drive out? RBS on the inside again. Ghost Killer, I don't think we'll have enough there. Let's just quickly... It's Stignator and JP having a battle still. We're going to come back to them. So Levi's into the last sector. 1.4 second lead from Richard. You can see both are low on fuel. Levi's tyres are pretty finished, but with that pace that he's been running 35s every lap until the 10th lap when he got a penalty, not surprised. You can hear him hooting, someone hooting. Cav Steve's got Hollywood closed in a little bit on him this lap. We have a penalty. Who's that for? Superman. He's about to serve it, and he's got S&P and GTSA behind. So let's see, does he manage to hold on?
Will he make it before the first corner? Oh, GTSA looks for a move, doesn't commit to it though. I think he thought
and RBS went wide on the last turn and got a 1.5, so that's going to really hurt his chances. We're following this battle to the end here. Stignator holds off JP Laser, and then Fluffy's coming around the back. So our order, Levi by 1.5. We missed that last couple corners, but nothing happened there. 1.5 from Richard. Great Pool 1 debut from Cavar Steve, 3rd place. Shout out to the podium. I think we had Hollywood in 4th. Let's look at those results. So 4th place was Hollywood.
Yeah, there was so much happening. We completely forgotten about the chat here. Sitting with his popcorn. Lev has max type dominance every week. Yeah, no, the man is putting in hours for sure. Dean 9BR, thanks for ripping my fake gearbox. This week crazy competitive for sure. Pool 2 definitely felt like Pool 1. Now it's basically Pool 1.5 at this point. You said he had lack of battles with the pace guys, which for sure Kalen I know is a bit of a trying to get used to the wet weather on GT7 as opposed to Zero Corsa. So yeah, it was an amazing race. For me personally, the only reason why I chose the Hyundai was because there's always one season in a year that's basically my throwaway season, which falls during Ramadan. So that's basically four maybe 5 races depending that I can't attend. So I will just do whatever random car whenever there's a random car I will try to be competitive with. I just unfortunately got the short end of the stick there.
Joking. Yeah, no, it was good fun anyway. This is where we're going to see some interesting chaos now. They are on their, I think, outlap for their 6-minute qualifying, and then we're going to have another 11-lap race. But these races are intense.
On the wet tires there.
Yeah, he has switched to Inters. I was chatting to him the other day. I thought maybe it would dry out, which it did by like lap 4 or 5, but it never dried out 100%. It was just a racing line.
I see RBS as well. I see RBS is on the 86 there.
Yeah, Steel's on
so
slicks.
Maybe he knows something that we don't.
Why is Yas on slicks here? Who's on that?
Did you not realize? There we go. I was gonna say resetting lobby in 1 minute.
Okay, so they're not qualifying just yet. They're all just getting a feel for the wet quickly. Who was in the 86? Just scrolling here. Oh, there we have GTRS.
It was RBS, yeah, RBS. Oh, GTRS, yeah, he's gonna have to go back with that damage because damage is permanent until you go pit.
Yeah, they're gonna restart now. So this isn't qualifying just yet.
Yeah. No, but I see, I didn't realize Fluffy got damage in that first race. I think that was literally on lap 1, so his chances of getting back any ground was very, very slim. So well done for bringing it back as however many he was able to there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you might have been a bit too ambitious going into that second hairpin. Well, the first, second, third corner, which is the second corner. Because there you can make up some positions. It's also very, very tricky. Especially pool 1 and pool 2, where the guys know what's going on. Like they know the positions can be taken at that corner, so they're going to defend a bit harder than usual instead of just sending it. And I did get sent to in this. I think third lap, second corner. Then that hairpin got sent. Fortunately, no damage. Just got run a bit wide. We're given the place back, so it was decent. I had fun. I had fun with the GTSA. I won't lie. It's just very sluggish out of the corners. It has good mid speed up until I think maybe third, fourth gear, but then the turbo power of the Sylvia starts taking in effect. Like I said, I'm just a little more racing, much more for fun than for competitive. Until next season. Next season I'm gonna be coming back strong. That's my plan at least.
Yeah, so the guys are heading out for their qualifying. Outlap's obviously very wet. Then lap 2, it's still raining but drying up, and then lap 3, I think most of the times I tested was dry. Our pool 2 when we were waiting for everyone to join, so we were about a minute and a half over that, so never really had the full slippery effect. But it looks like they've started as the reset went. So does anyone have a weather map? Yep, there we go. They're already moving on towards the purple cloud from the green cloud. So lap 2 should be with rain stopping, and lap 3 should be no rain. And then we'll see if I don't think any of these guys will pit. I tried in a test race this afternoon, and it takes you 30 seconds.
Likewise.
And
like
you can be 2 seconds
long,
a lap.
you don't get to catch back up.
Yeah, 2-3 seconds a lap quicker, but the guys using the intermediates were too quick.
Plus the dry line is so odd on the track. It's like you just get one little tire gone and you're skating on ice. So it's a big risk reward, but I think the risk outweighs the reward. Plus it's not even worth risking because of time lost just in the pits.
Yeah. So here we go. Levi is happy to take the lead. What I do find is that the last car to go round has a drier line normally. It wasn't a tactic that I tried. I went out, but I was in the middle of a bunch of guys, so I didn't want to get in their way, and I forgot that the rain laps were a lot longer, so I just exited back to the pits, and then I realized I didn't have enough time to do 2 flying laps.
Oh no.
So I just did
I
very slow.
honestly timed it perfectly.
Yeah. When I practiced, that was the other thing. When you restart the lobby as the guys join, I was doing practice ones this afternoon, and the first 4-5 cars could do 2 laps. But the way Uncle Pumpkin does it, where we all wait and enter at the same time, I think there's only one car besides me that didn't make two laps, 2 flying laps. So yeah, that tactic definitely didn't work. But the guys further back, the point is that they should have a slightly drier track. I was half a lap behind the guys, and I think my flying lap I went up to second, but then it dropped to second last at the end because everyone else had an extra lap on drier track.
Yeah, the extra laps.
I was like, come on, stop coming over the line.
I honestly
went pear-shaped.
I got past the line to start my final lap. I think it was 7 seconds left. I think OJ here in the chat, I think he timed it to absolute perfection by with like 1 second left or something like that, based on what I was seeing on the track map. And it does make a huge difference. I did that on the very first race on the Nürburgring GP. I managed to get that the fastest, the pole lap on race 1. But yeah, then I pulled up for a successful first to last in that race along with GTSA before going off for Ramadan. So we both threw away our
Levi comes across 152. Same for we are still second place. Hollywood and RBS are racing to the line. Hollywood 1.2 seconds quicker than RBS. RBS probably made a mistake into the corner. Not really the greatest idea to race into the turn when you're trying to qualify and you only have 1 lap to go. So he pulls in behind Hollywood. They drop down to 10th and 11th. Richard briefly was first. Now it's Ghost Killer, then Richard, then Steve, Manny, SMP, JP, GTRSA, Levi down to 8th, Fluffy Butts in 9th, you're still 10th, Stignator, Hollywood and RBS. So that shook it up quite a bit. We are still getting some light rain, it looks like it, looking at the weather map. But we're going to have to see, because it's 1 minute 15 seconds till race start, so will everyone get across? They should. Actually no, I think just looking at this, Ghost Killer's only 30 seconds into a lap with a minute left, so he's not going to make the end of this lap, I don't think. So he's jumped right to the top of the tree, but possibly going down. Richard also is going to be just maybe making it through. We'll see. I think these guys here right at the back, Richard, Sam, Steve and Ghost Killer, are going to just make it or just miss it. Go back to the...
I think might just make it. I think they might just make it.
Yeah.
The qualifying time is 6 minutes there. I think...
Oh, you get the extra 8 seconds
maybe.
when it counts down, won't it? I think.
No, I don't think so.
Once it hits 6 minutes, when it says race start. Okay, well, there we have Levi doing a 46.6, half a second quicker than second place so far. Your Steel comes across. They were 2 seconds quicker than the previous lap, so it is drying up already. Let's see. Ghost Killer's right at the back. Hollywood's gone up to 3rd. GTRSA takes pole. He's in a train. Richard jumps him. Levi's still 3rd. Cav Steve goes pole.
Oh, Ghost Killer does it.
Ghost Killer goes pole.
He does it.
With milliseconds left.
I wonder, maybe...
That 8 second countdown
like
after
the... take a little 10 seconds.
Yeah. When it hits 6 minutes, it says race starting in 8:76. So we have Ghost Killer Steve, Richard, GTRSA, Levi, JP Sam, SMP, Supermanny, Yasteel, Hollywood, Fluffy, Stiganator, and RBS in the Toyota. So this should be interesting.
I think RBS might be regretting his decision, but maybe this Toyota will do well as the race pans out. We'll just have to wait and see.
Good start by Steve. He takes the lead, but he's got GTRSA looking up the inside. He doesn't manage to get past. Ghost Killer.
Manny there at the back.
Okay, so
go take the lead.
We're just going to ride on board with Steve and watch looking backwards into turn 3. So hopefully this goes a little bit better than Pool 2's did. Richard goes very deep. We have a little bump there from Levi manages to get to 3rd. Looked like everyone made it through though, which is great.
Very nice.
So
looks like Stig did get in the back foot with that as well.
Let's see what's going to happen here.
Second back, but
Levi looking up the inside of Ghost Killer into turn 5, I think it is. Turn 4, turn 5. Some random person has joined the room. GTRSA looking up the inside of Levi and just nerfs him wide. And then he lets him go, but he's now holding up Ghost Killer, so GTRSA bunched the pack up there. Steve's definitely not going to complain because it's given him a second. Levi's back in second now. Ghost Killer's trying to find a way past GTRSA. GTRSA though seems to be on a mission with the wet weather. He wants to get going. Ghost Killer looks up the inside. Oh, big slide from GTRSA as he turns into the second last turn. Good. Richard's looking for a way through. There's just spray and cars everywhere at the moment.
Oh, Steve with 1 second penalty going over the curves of the final corner.
And he's got Levi
all his efforts in vain.
0.1. So Levi's looks like he's going for the move into turn 1. And Steve stays out his way, but you also, like I was saying just now, they got a second gap and Steve's got a 1 second penalty, so I wouldn't have put too much pressure. I would have just sat behind. Obviously I'm not as fast as you are, so my opinion doesn't really count. Steve looking to fight back though. Does he go for the move? He pulls in behind, so now the problem is he's going to have Ghost Killer. He gets a slide there within half a second of him. GTRSA is still right behind Ghost Killer. Richard sitting in 5th at the moment with Hollywood looking to get past. Hollywood 6th, Yasteel 7th, Manny 8th, SMP, JP Laser 9th, SMP's 10th with RBS, and Fluffy Butt. SMP's got a 1 second penalty, so we're going to go back to the battle for second. Steve's held off Ghost Killer, but unfortunately that good start of his is going to get undone by this 1 second penalty because there's a train right behind him. How many places do you think he's going to lose? About 4 or 5 here?
Possibly. But also the speed loss doesn't... Oh, Hollywood gets very, very slidey.
And
gets bumped by Superman.
And into the barriers. So Steve's dropped back. He's lost 2 places. But then GTRSA goes a bit wide, so Steve looks back up the inside. We didn't quite see what happened there at the start with Hollywood, but that's going to cost him a lot of time.
Yeah, no, he just went a bit...
Look how this is bunched up. We've got 2 abreast and then 3 abreast into turn 1 with 2 abreast behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like 9 cars.
A lot of pushing and shoving there.
Meanwhile, that's given Levi 3 seconds. GTRSA has gone to the lead. We've got 3 abreast with...
there's 3 abreast again.
Richard, Steve and... Richard Yasteel. Steve's down to 7th now. 8th, 7th, 8th, 9th. Come on, Fluffy, give Steve a bump there. Okay. What's happening
what
behind?
happened was, I think Hollywood went wide into the AstroTurf. It unsettled the car and he just couldn't catch it back. And I don't think Manny was ready to see Hollywood there on the side and couldn't move out in time. Either way, if he tried to move out, he would probably be spinning as well. So that's just very bad luck from Hollywood's side. Almost as bad as mine. Okay, now it's worse than honestly, because he's got damage. Stig also has damage, so he also had a bit of a tough first lap as well.
Yeah, so Levi got to the front just at the right time there. That 1 second penalty, he ended up really, compromising Steve's race. GTRSA with a bit of elbows out, it's got into second. He's got Ghost Killer behind him, half a second. Then it's 8 tenths to Richard. Yasteel in 5th. JP Laser 6th. Superman RBS. Fluffy Butt's got past Steve, so Steve's now in 10th. Then SMP 3 Pro. Stignator 5 seconds back, 7 seconds ahead of Hollywood, who met Barrier. So yeah, we're just going to follow this 2nd to 10th place battle. It's calmed down a little bit, but they're still in quite a long train, all in one shot. So it's group of 3, group of 4, and then another 2 or 3 together. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah, still looking up the inside of JP Laser, I think it was. Superman following him through. We've got Fluffy Butt looking up behind RBS GT Racing. So Toyota's up in 8th place. We're on the 4th lap, so still another 7 to go. How crazy was that lap 3 though?
Yeah, there was many moves made there. Checking also the chat again. Marshals are going to be busy this weekend from Right Eyes Car. Jacques Eva, my plan next season, ace the seeding, not to start as low and then need a top finish, first 15 finish. That's the plan. We're going to see what Stephen cooks up with the next season seeding. And then Danny was saying Kaelan got kicked. We saw that, so we had to wait just a little bit extra to start. We're slightly late on the joining the first.
That was a while ago because I said Uncle Pumpkin delayed the start. But now I did see Kaelan. Yeah. So Cav, Hollywood, Fluffy Butt went wide. I'm not sure what happened, but Steve's gets back through on him. Let's go. We had a big dive there. Did Fluffy Butt's cursed, or Steve and Fluffy Butt, I think. Yeah, they caught the back of JP Laser when they're coming through.
Oof.
That gave
Yeah.
S&P the jump on. Steve had to lift or swerve for JP Laser, which let Hollywood and
Evading
S&P
maneuvers
pass
from
him.
all three of them had to do evading maneuvers there.
Yeah.
I saw just for a moment his left rear wheel just clipped the AstroTurf on the wet. So two tires on the dry, two tires on the wet, and under braking. That was just a recipe for disaster.
We missed it, but Ghost Killer's got ahead of GTRSA. Hollywood VSR Richards right behind him now. Then Steel, and then this group's broken up a bit. Superman, they've got broken up by that big slide there. RBS Racing 7th place. It's now 2.5 second gap to Fluffy Butt, who was right behind him before that. S&P, Cav Steve, and JP Laser, and that's Let Stignator within sight of them again. So it spread the field out with that incident with JP Laser. I'm not sure what happened if he just got it touched the curb and got it sideways, but we now have a top 6 and then pack behind. Actually, yeah, second to 6.
Yeah, the second can still change a whole lot of positions depending on what happens. That wet line can still really compromise your cornering. But I'm sure these guys are pretty much gonna nail it now every lap moving forward. But yeah, it just takes one slight mistake. As we saw, JP Laser send himself into the shadow realm almost again. Does actually, from commentator's curse, doesn't get damaged, but he goes onto the grass. Stignator gets now the position, got to length.
Yeah.
Sam JP Laser into relegation now.
Just for interest sake, Ghost Killer pace was 2/10 quicker than Levi last time around. Actually, the three guys behind were all 2/10 quicker, but Levi's got a 4-second lead, so he doesn't really need to push. We're just watching this second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth battle. You're still looking up the inside of Richard. But Richard's going to have the inside for the next turn.
Yeah, the outside doesn't gonna work. You're gonna go onto the wet.
Yeah, still loses a bit of time, and Manny's going to attack him now.
Yeah, I think they're gonna work together, give each other some bum drafts. Just knowing the two of them, they are a group of solid teamwork, especially since the curveball series and so on. But yeah, going on the line just to cool off the tires. Good night. He says PS4 problems and then says good night. So not only was his PS4 giving problems, but he's shutting himself down as well. Have a good one. And yeah, we'll see the outcome of the race. Ghost Killer is now leading 1.2 second gap onto GTRSA, so he's gonna have to worry about his defense with Richard following him relatively closely. 4 laps to go? Five, including this one.
Hollywood Levi went 42.0 last time around, which was 2/10 quicker than Ghost Killer, so he restored his lead back to 4.5 seconds.
Oh, and I see Hollywood is doing a smart move here. He's gonna try and take that fastest lap, take off his damage, gonna put on the soft tires, because he already knows his race is done for.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Just challenge for the fastest lap.
Once you lose that gap.
Oh, I see.
I was also about 25 off the lead, so pitted, but then hopefully for Hollywood's sake, it's not the 1 out of 4 races. I believe someone told me that the rain comes back.
Yeah. So see how he does with the exit here, because that exit can be violent. Especially since he is going to take you in so slowly. He's driving like 30 kilometers now. Let's see. I'm going to keep on watching here. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, you switched as well.
It wasn't too bad.
He makes it safely across. Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
What I battled with, but obviously
try and push 41.
Hollywood's a bit quicker than me.
Time difference, though, eh?
Yeah, he's a minute behind the lead, but 42 behind JP Laser. But the stop takes about 30, and then
so he has
damage.
4 laps to do it.
Yeah, you're not going to go 10 seconds lap quicker unless everyone was on wet tires and it was perfectly dry. But you'll see now, what's happened to Levi? Ghost Killer's taken the lead by 1.9.
Oh.
So last time Levi did
47 seconds.
47, yeah, he lost 6 seconds last time around.
Sorry.
And now he's back with GTRSA, who nudged him wide earlier.
Ooh,
Also,
another moment for your steal. There goes wide.
yeah, Yas and
He's
Richard are
battling with
fighting.
Richard now.
Superman is getting involved there.
The steal gets a penalty also for that wide run. We're gonna see if Richard is gonna try and defend it. I think he's just gonna ride right about his line.
Richard
Goes slightly
takes
wide onto the wet line though.
wide with the drive, but then he goes too much onto the wet, like you said. Lost traction there, I think.
Yeah, it's crazy how much time you can lose just in that one moment.
Levi's holding off GTRSA. The gap's still 1.8, 1.9 to Ghost Killer up front. Yes,
still currently fastest lap.
Yeah, maybe it was just that fastest lap that put Levi under pressure. It went half a second quicker. Yeah, Levi's on a flyer though, 4/10 up on this lap.
Yeah, I think Ghost Killer's gonna maybe just try and play it safe and see if he can just keep Heavy at bay. Meanwhile, Hollywood is gonna be flying. Yeah. Not enough to close the gap, but he's gonna be flying already per sector.
What I found out when I did a test to see if it was actually a viable strategy this afternoon when I put slicks on, and then also when I was trying to race now, even without the rain, you have a slight problem here that turn 1, turn 3, and then the last two corners, you actually need to use those curbs to carry the speed. And when you try it with slicks, you end up facing backwards.
Lever gets slide both the last corner and the first corner. Went a bit off to the wet lane, a bit too much, forced the car into a slide, but luckily got to save it. That was amazing to see.
Uncle Kalen's right. You see the comment there: 25 watching and only 3 likes. Sis, come smash a like.
Yeah, don't worry, I was one of them.
You're not even liking your own stream. There we go. Well, go with that slide. Ghost Killer's got a 3.5 second lead, so he's pretty comfortable. Should be, unless he makes a mistake. No commentator's curse. Knock on wood. 1.5, yes, Levi to GTRSA. Yes, still 1.3 behind him. If he hadn't got that penalty a little while ago, he'd be right behind GTRSA now. Manny's fighting him. I'm not sure what happened to Richard. He's dropped back 2 seconds. We're going to watch this pace on pace action here. Yes, Steele versus Manny. Just watching the fastest lap counter as well. Nothing.
From as well. So side by side. Oh yeah, still let him have it. I think he got a bit too worried with the pressure. I said, "No, you take it. I'm done. I'm done defending."
Yeah, you tow me along for a little while.
He also makes another mistake. He slides to the grass on that final corner.
RBS GT Racing.
Actually, no, Richard just slides off onto the grass. But I guess did as well. Shame.
Yeah.
Because
that's what I did on my first lap out the pits with slicks on. Came through that last corner and put it in the wall. So I'm just watching Hollywood. He did
that's the thing with the rain.
Hollywood did a 41.1 last time around. He's 3/10 up at the moment, going into the last sector. Ghost Killer's done a 40.9. I think Sam in our pool did a 40.2. Somewhere there. He was flying on those inters.
And I think OJ took the dry lap time with 35.1 or something like that. But yeah, boys going fast. They just got to get the positions here. Well, I'm saying that has honestly been the opposite way because they're driving really nicely at the moment.
40.2. Hollywood nails the final sector and takes fastest lap. But it's only 7/10 up. It's not unbeatable by the other guys.
Yeah. It's actually crazy how much the inters are actually working compared to the softs as well.
The inters you can run the curbs though. That's the thing. Levi had closed the second on Ghost Killer, but he also had a half-second penalty. So the gap went down to 2.3. Now it's back above 3. GTRSA is under pressure now from Manny with 1 lap to go. It's closed within 6/10. Great seeing Manny up front again. We're going to go just quickly check the front onto the final lap. Ghost Killer with a 3-second lead just needs not to make any mistakes for the second heat. Levi goes wide, he's going to get a penalty for that one, surely. Nope, he must have backed out there. He was wide enough to get a penalty, but maybe he slowed down. Still gets fastest sector. Yeah, we've got looking at this battle for the third place.
Oh, he goes onto the wet line.
Yeah, Steele's bump drafting him. So they're trying to.
It's fun to see that actually happen in the race. Like try again.
Manny takes a lunge. Nope. A bit of lag there from both of them. I thought he was going to clip him.
Kalen says next 3 hours of green now.
In the rain, Kalen.
In the rain. Jeez. Oh.
So it's going to be like 6 laps.
Yeah, 6 laps.
By the way, go jump onto Arius Rory's stream. He's doing 200 laps of Nürburgring for 30 hours.
Nürburgring, yeah, I see that. Rory Alexander. He's doing the wild one. No. He can do that on his own. Him in Super GT. Ghostkiller does take the win though. Very, very solid race. Danny was saying Ghostkiller ran a beautiful race, definitely.
Manny just falls short. GTSA takes third. There was a bit of a nerf on Levi at the start, so I'm not sure if we'll have any reports there, but provisionally takes third. Manny fourth, Steele fifth. Richard 6th, Fluffy Butt 7th, Steve 8th in the end. Hard luck from him, he had a great first lap and a half. It's a half a pool win, Kalen, because it's still got to be added to the previous race, and with Levi being second, I think Levi's going to still take the overall. Levi's saying finally a pool 1 win for Ghostkiller. S&P 9th, RBS GT Racing 10th, Stignator 11th, JP Laser 12th, and Hollywood in 13th. Do a 39.2 last time around. What does he do on the last lap? 36.
Ooh,
no, 38.9.
38.9.
So it's 38.9 on the top, but on the table it says 36. Yeah. So well done, all the guys.
Weird. That's really weird.
Was really tricky. Appreciate you all for watching. Congrats to the podium. Let's go check out the results there again. Ghostkiller pace. Fastest dry lap, intermediate driver lap, and overall winner to Levi possibly without penalties. GT RSA third, Manny fourth, Yasiel, Richard, Fluffy Butt, Steve, S&P, RBS Racing, Stignator, JP Laser, and Hollywood. So shout out to everyone. We'll see
nice
you
race. All of the guys. It was topsy-turvy all the way.
Next week if there's no load shedding. We shall see you here, and have a good week. Wait, one last
thing.
Driver.
Evening, guys.
We didn't do driver of the day. Driver of the day.
Sponsors.
Give me your driver of the day quickly.
Driver of the day, GTRSA. GTRSA, because he's also from Kimberley.
There we go. Yeah, it's like your big Haichi there. I wanted to give it to...
Being unbiased though, I would have given it to all the base guys. But unbiased, GTRSA. Yeah, GTRSA done a fantastic race this time around.
Yeah. Good. We'll catch you guys all next week.
Good evening, guys. Have a good weekend.
Ciao, ciao.